Hello, America. Welcome to the Heavy Montae's podcast and my comedy show. Now, in America, you know that Donald Trump sent Ghislaine Maxwell to they say, a halfway house. They say where she's staying now, they have no fencing. Somebody told me that she can go and come when she get ready. I don't know how true it is, but let's keep an eye on America. The question of the hour is, why would Donald Trump allow a convicted pedophile, a convicted pervert, a convicted person who is convicted, they say, of raping children? Huh? America. They say that she took the panties off the little girls, and instruct them how to perform sexual acts on old dirty men. America. Somebody said that one of those old dirty men might have been Donald Trump, Jeffrey Epstein's best friend. Somebody said, we don't know. But we do know, America, that the Republican Party, America, backed up by a criminal Republican Party, people who vote for racist and misogynist America, find themselves in difficulty, find themselves trying to explain why Donald Trump told everybody, and all those podcasters and those maggot influencers who, America, are getting rich spreading this garbage. They have something to lose. Now in America, state-run media and Fox News and Donald Trump and the maggot Republican Party had nothing to sell the American people. All they did was talk about hating these guys and shutting the border down and somebody taking away your property, and these guys are not Christians and we're the real Christians and this is our country and the other guy, he ain't nobody. You see what I'm saying? He's woke, lying on the Democratic Party, telling them that the government, America. Now, you know damn well the federal government don't bother no damn body. Now, you don't even know the federal government exists. Not unless you're trying to get some Social Security. You call them on the phone if you want to. You don't have to be waiting. A message will come on. They'll say, oh, the next caller, we are going to take it. You know what the message tell you, right? You're the 55th caller, right? You see, America, the federal government will be doing stuff like that. But the federal government do. And they're in the lives of people who are polluting our waters, giving us dirty food to eat. You know what I'm saying? Not proper, giving us proper medical attention. They're doing things that are right to us, the people. That's why the government there to protect you. But the Republicans turned the government into a weapon against the American people, and they are that weapon, and they are that government, America. You see? Now you gotta use your common sense. I'm talking to you, everybody out there. Okay? Now, what have the Republican Party done for you lately? Now, in America, I'm going to tell you a little story. Bill Clinton, when he was president, the Democrat balanced the budget. Okay? And I got exact figures here. All right? Barack Obama cut the deficit in half. Okay, America? George Bush left the country, poor and almost headed into a depression. And the Democratic Party fought to build the country back up. But the racists and the misogynists, on the so-called Tea Party said, we can't have no black man as president. We can't have no black man. No. I heard a white guy come on TV and said, I will never, ever vote for a black man. I'm just not doing it. Then I heard a real racist white man come on TV and he said, look, we starving. So I'm going black. I'm voting for the black man. You see what I'm saying? Obama pulled everybody together. We had a great time. You see what I'm saying? The whole time Obama was in there, they were talking trash. You see what I'm saying? They're cutting the country down. You see what I'm saying? They took over. Bim, and we're back in the hole. Back in the hole again, America. You see what I'm saying? The Republicans have never, ever balanced the budget and never will because they're going to spend as much of your money as they can because they're billionaires. That's right. They don't care about you. You see what I'm saying? Now, after maggots almost froze to death in Utah, they still follow Trump. You see what I'm saying? Trump abuses them. They still follow Trump. He abuses workers. He treats them like crap, they said. He treats his lawyers like dogs. He treats everybody like a dog, they say. You know? And they say he kind of loses it now, too. But the corporate press not going to cover it because they're afraid. You know, they're afraid to say Donald Trump. And you see his ankles all swelled up. You know, we're not going to laugh at a sick person. We're just going to say, you know, the facts. And we want the press to cover the facts. And we want to know, too. We want to know whether or not Donald Trump is in that doggone Jeffrey Epstein file. We already know he's in the file, America. Now, I'm going to say this to you. I don't know how in the hell Fox News and these so-called MAGA influence, you know what I'm talking about, these MAGA people on the doggone radio and on the web, podcasters, you know. How are you going to explain this one to the American people? How are you going to lie your way out of this one when the man said he had, when they're saying that they had 1,000, FBI agents remove and redact his name from the files? He said that Obama and Kobe, everybody put his name in the files. So he's actually admitting that his name's in the file. You understand? And you can imagine from the circumstantial evidence and who he is and what he said, because you already know he's a pervert because he grabbed a woman by their private parts. But Donald Trump, America, and that whole entire Republican Party need to be voted out immediately. Huh? They need to go, and because the party was built on a house of lies, and one of the bricks in that lie is falling. And that lie is that the Democratic Party, these are some despicable, lying, dirty dogs. They will do and say anything to get an advantage. And when they win, they still destroy the nation and the people who voted for them. First, America. Those dirty, low-down maggots lied. Lied on the Democratic Party, lied on Joe Biden, you understand? Look people right in their face and tell them, hey, Donald Trump had nothing to do with January 6th. Look people right in the face and say, hey, he's president, he can put private, secure information, top secret information in his house. That's fine, huh? The other guy, the prosecutor, everybody else doing all these things to him, right? Yeah? Man cut his father's head off, I told you, huh? On a lie that the federal government, who you can barely find, is out to get you. Now, you ought to be ashamed of yourself, Donald Trump, and all you Republicans that told the American people that their government was their enemy. Now, him and Montae going to tell you who the enemy is. The enemy is the Republican Party. You understand? Because they lie. They are liars. You understand? They are the Nazi Party, and we need to get rid of them. You couldn't say this before because Facebook would block you, huh? If you call somebody a domestic terrorist. But I tell you one doggone thing, the Republican Party, in the opinion of Heavy Montae, are domestic terrorists because everything they're doing, including their policies, are designed to destroy and hurt the American people. Huh? That's right. When was the last time they came out and said, we're going to do this for you? Huh? When was the last time they came out and said, we're going to get inflation down? They'll come out and say, oh, no, inflation's not up. Huh? When's the last time they tell you they're going to get, the prices of housing and everything together? When's the last time they tell you they're going to stop the war in Ukraine, huh? They are a do-nothing party. The only thing they do is work for the billionaires. So never, ever vote for a Republican again. Before I go, I would like to welcome everybody who leaves the Republican Party and come over to the Democratic Progressive Party. Let me explain something to you, America. The Progressive Party fights for you. You understand? No matter who you are. We ain't got time to be getting in your bedroom. We ain't got time like Nancy Mace, to be going in the bathroom to find out whether or not you're transgender or whatever the hell you are. Huh? We aren't interested in that. We are interested for freedom and the rights for all. We are interested in health care for all America. We are interested in getting crime off the streets, America. Huh? You see what I'm saying? And so you red states out there who vote against yourself, huh? Use your own common sense and look at what the Republican Party is doing, huh? You understand what I'm saying? So this is Heavy Montae for the Heavy Montae podcast and the Heavy Montae Comedy Show, saying to you, America, never, ever vote for a Republican because they might give you a pedophile, and they've done it in the past, huh? They had a Speaker of the House, America, who's a pedophile. You see what I'm saying, man? The Speaker of the House, third in line to the president. Okay? He was a pedophile, huh? Working right there in Washington, D.C. And then they got some weirdos and crackpots in that doggone House and Senate in the Republican Party, and we need to vote every last one of them low down dirty dogs out. Have a great day, America, and never ever vote for a Republican. And please subscribe to the Heavy Montae YouTube channel. We on a roll, America. That's right. We're on a roll. People are subscribing left and right. We're trying to get to our goal of 500. Right now, 349 tons of views, but we're feeling very optimistic. Have a great day, America.